98.7 WFGR, that is Rare Earth, and get ready. It is 8:44. Andy O and Dave Cackley, are you paying attention over there?
Yeah, I'm multitasking.
Oh,
I got less than news coming up in 15 minutes.
Oh, that's right. We'll be getting to that in a couple of minutes. But we've been promising you a conversation with Bud Godmair this morning, who is here to talk about Wings of Mercy. How are you, Bud?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Longtime friend. He's been on the radio show with us a couple.
That's right.
Yeah, but you know what? You were never there, so you never got to meet him.
I wasn't actually in studio,
right,
no.
Right.
But I heard good things.
He's a good guy.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Which is weird because Andy's disparaging about most people. So he spoke highly of you.
That's pretty good then. Eh?
That's a lie.
Uh-oh.
That's Dave just trying to look cool. She's having a hard time doing it today.
It's very difficult today.
What he did, Bud, is he got all hopped up on the Sudafeds last night.
No, it was Benadryl. Get your non-prescription
How
medication.
did you get hopped up on Benadryl?
I didn't get hopped up on it. I took one like 4 hours before I had to be awake, and that was a bad idea.
What he doesn't know is his mom and son are going to be here at 9:30, and we're gonna take him for an intervention.
Okay.
His 2-year-old boy's got to talk him into going to intervention.
You're an
do
idiot.
it for me.
I don't like you on the Benadryls. You're all sleepy.
But let's talk about Wings of Mercy a little bit. This is an organization that I've come to appreciate a little bit more because as much as I've known about it and what you guys do for quite some time, it never really affected me personally until one of my friends ended up using the service quite a bit.
Yeah.
Talk about Wings of Mercy a little.
Well, Wings of Mercy is a volunteer pilots organization that was founded in 1991 by a former radio broadcast owner, Pete Vandenbosch. He was retired and down in Florida and had the vacation home and the boat and the whole 9 yards.
Is that when radio people made enough money to retire to Florida?
Yeah.
With a vacation boat?
Retire?
Yeah.
We get to retire
No.
eventually? Oh, we don't.
No.
No, we're gonna stroke out on the air.
That's what they call the golden years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
But
in the
anyway,
day.
Pete was out on his boat fishing, and he heard a voice that said, "Pete, there's more to life than this," and there was nobody around, and it just
Really?
shook him up. He went home. Took him a while to tell his wife. She says, "We got to sell everything in Florida, go back to Michigan," but he still didn't know what this was all about. So he came back to Michigan, and he went out for lunch one day with a friend of his, and he says, "Pete, you still got that airplane of yours?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "Why don't you do it to fly people who need help for medical treatment, do it for free?" And so that's how it got started. So we're a volunteer pilots organization that flies people who need medical treatment, and we do it for free based on financial need.
Unbelievable. And you fly them all over the country.
Everything east of the Rockies.
No kidding.
Yeah, we don't. Our twin engines. That'd be a long flight.
Yeah.
Over the Rockies.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what's the furthest place you go?
Denver.
Okay.
Yeah. So people need treatment at places like Duke. They need the Mayo Clinic. They need all this kind of stuff. And you know what? When you get these people that have these life-threatening illnesses, the bills pile up really fast.
They do. The transportation, the hotels, and everything to be able to stay and for their family while they're in for treatment and such. Yeah.
The guy I know, his name is Chris, and he's about, 25?
About that, yeah.
About 25, and he's had brain cancer forever. And it's just a never-ending fight for this family.
Right.
And it's just so much to think about and worry about, and PET scans and CAT scans, and round you go. These guys jump in and they say, "Hey, look, we'll get you to Duke. All you need to do is show up."
Yeah. Just show up
That's
at the
fantastic.
airport. And,
Isn't that great? And you're having a fundraiser.
We're having a fundraiser tomorrow.
Talk about it a little bit.
At the Muskegon County Airport.
Yep.
It's a pancake breakfast, and it's put on by the Muskegon Host Lions Club. They flip those pancakes. They got about 7-8 griddles going. The lines get long, but they move fast.
Yep.
Nice.
And we've got static displays of some warbirds, and there's going to be some car displays of antique Corvette Club and some classic cars as well.
Now, you've got some of these planes here in your flyer that I see going around. These are old warplanes. Are people going to be able to get rides in these things?
A few of them, not all of them, but there are airplane rides available at various prices for depending on what type of plane it is.
Right.
So.
Those are cool.
Yeah. I've done a couple of those flights out in Muskegon.
Yeah.
Really?
I flew on a Ford Trimotor, which was like a 30s plane one time.
What was that like?
That was awesome. And then I flew with some of these fighters at one point with some trainers. And you know what? You're hanging upside down over Lake Michigan. I highly recommend it in an airplane. I think it's a great time, and I think everybody should do it.
We've got a T-34 formation team where 3 guys
That's
fly
what I was
formation.
in.
Yeah.
That's what I was in.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what time does this get underway?
Gets underway at 8 o'clock till noon. Oh, I forgot to mention, too, there's also a 5K run and walk with this as well.
I won't have anything to do with that.
No? I mean, you can just step along. You don't have to run.
No, I'll stick with the chair.
Yeah,
I was going to say, do you have a no K just sit in your recliner and Andy will write a check?
Hey, that works, too.
All right.
How do people find out more about Wings of Mercy?
We've got a website,
Okay.
wingsofmercy.org.
Yep.
It's a nonprofit. And we've got also a toll-free number, 888-98-MERCY.
Okay.
And that works as well.
Perfect.
Sharon and Grace in the office will step you through the process of what it takes to get it done. And
Yeah.
line you up with some guys that are willing, and gals. We have lady pilots as well, so
Do they put makeup on and fix their hair when they're flying?
that's up to them.
Oh, okay. Not that I've ever seen that on the road.
Oh,
or
never.
anything. Bud, thanks so much for coming in. We wish you well on the pancake breakfast tomorrow. And the work that Wings of Mercy does is unbelievable.
That
They
is
get
a
these people all over the country, and it doesn't cost them a penny.
Truly doing God's work. Very good.
We feel blessed to be able to do it and give back.
Well, it's great to have you here, Bud. Good to see you again, and
Thanks,
best
Andy.
of luck on the pancake breakfast again tomorrow at the Muskegon Airport. I think it's at Executive Air,
Correct.
just so you don't have to go through the airport and all that stuff. Just head out to Executive Air, and we'll put this all up in a podcast and some more details
Yeah,
online.
just smell the pancakes. You'll figure it out where it's at.
Nice.
Bud Godmair, thanks for coming in. Traffic is brought to you by Lake Michigan Credit Union, the best place for your money. Let her rip, Dave.
Looking at moderate to heavy traffic flow, starting to thin out now as we're past the meat of your morning commute along the Ford 131, I-96, M6. Still seeing those construction slowdowns. Eastbound 196 at Market, also 131 from 196 to Ann Street. Should be clear. That earlier accident, 36th over 131, could still see residual delays in that area. Coming up, of course, in just about 10 minutes, Less Than News. Blanche will be in with
boy.
female perspective on the way. How much exercise do you really need to stay healthy? Is your job making you fat? And a new online prank that could effectively end your relationship.
Oh, my goodness
Details
gracious
coming up
me, oh
in
my.
now 9 minutes.
Stand by for that.
Lake Michigan.